Yeah, I was just thinking Carlo's probably not wanting that tiny coming out as well. He's just having flashbacks to the last game. He got double figures. Unfortunately, those double figures were in deaths. So yeah, boom. They ban out the Enchantress there as well. So maybe, like you said, they do want that push potential. The Beastmaster is still there. Is that a popular hero in the Southeast Asian region? Because I know in the Eastern European region, it's all about the Visage push, the Nature's Prophets, Beastmaster's coming out as well. Is that a hero that we see over here all that often?
Well, not by TNC. Like box heroes like Enigma, Mars, Dawnbreaker, Death Prophet, Bat Rider. So not like he doesn't play a lot of Beastmaster, at least according to all the records. Maybe he'll surprise pick it right now. It's not bad against the Treant Protector. You do want that extra vision, but it's going to be a support Treant Protector. I don't think you care too much. And there goes the Dawnbreaker. So I like this pick. I'm wondering if they're going to go for the Mars combo. You go with the Arena. You have a nice Solar Guardian on top of it. It's a lot of control. Could be a core Dawnbreaker. Like we said, Bach does play this hero quite often. So Carlo might be playing the Marcy. I mean, I could go either way. They could go for a Mavis Phoenix, but then it's like they don't really have as good of a combo. They need something to sort of lock people down for the Pango and the Dawnbreaker to do their work.
Yeah.
Because it's not enough. It's not enough lockdown for these guys to really get what they need to do. Like they get all their spells off on their enemies.
And looking through, I mean, TNC again, really bad time. So they are looking for. What do you reckon that it's going to be? The Hoodwink and the Marcy supports. Pangolier in mid, Dawnbreaker in the off lane. So looking for a carry here on TNC potentially. What?
I like the Hoodwink because it does give you a lot of that. It gives you good control, which you definitely need. If you can get a good Bushwhack, and that's a lot of control as it is. Shadow Fiend comes out. God damn, I'm gonna assume it's gonna be a Shadow Fiend. I thought the same in game one. I was like, it's gonna be the mid Kunkka. Then they're like, no, it's gonna be the Jack Boy Kunkka. But yeah, I imagine it's gonna be the mid Shadow Fiend that carry Luna. Like we said, with Shadow Fiend, if you take the talent that reduces armor on the towers, you can really go for that fast push, and that could be something pretty impressive. However, it is a very fragile hero. You are up against Pangolier, Hoodwink, Dawnbreaker. These heroes have a good amount of damage, good amount of control. So Shadow Fiend, they might be able to get quite a few kills on him. They start banning the TB, making sure Ast isn't going to be too comfortable with his last pick. What would they want to go for? The TA might not be so bad. Unfortunately, it's not great against the Treant. You can remove a lot of that refraction in the early game. Medusa feels a bit slow. I think that's something you have to be very, very worried about if you're TNC. I'll be excited to see what they go for here in the last pick.
Yeah. So do we think it is going to be the Pango mid here up against the Shadow Fiend?
I think so. You're right. Like that would be the one that makes sense. It's probably going to be the Bach and the Dawnbreaker and Krish on the Pangolier. We'll see what they go with the last pick, and it's going to be the Slark for Asta. All right, he's active. He farms pretty decently. The hero did receive some decent buffs. Essence Shift is just so much better than it used to be. Now, with how long it lasted level 1, you're probably going to be up against a Primal Beast +1, whether it's going to be a Treant Protector or it's going to be something else. Maybe either Primal Beast is going to be the offlane or he's going to be the position 4. So either way, you're going to go up against that position 4. So I do like the Slark pick.
I love this. This is a combo we saw. I forget which team ran it, but it was something that we saw I saw in the Eastern European DPC. Marcy Slark. Was it Namiga? I think it was Namiga. So you dispose with the Marcy into the Slark's pounce path, and it's just easy kills. That was back when dispose was a stun.
Yes.
Even still, the slow comes out from the Marcy dispose, Slark gets the pounce off, and then you can get the jump off that from the Slark just point blank onto the target, whoever gets jumped on, or you get the jump off from the Marcy from the Slark onto the target, then you dispose them back. But it's so strong as a laning combo, and then you have the sidekick that comes out that buffs up the Slark's attack damage. I like the Necrophos in answer to the Slark. Obviously, if you can get the Reaper Scythe off before the Shadow Dance comes out, try and deal with them that way. But I do really like this combo coming out from TNC.
Dude. Sorry. The heroes are all over the place, man. It's gonna be the position for Luna with the carry Necrophos. So enjoy that.
I have no idea what's going on in this region.
I mean, it's gonna be what? Bach is going to be on the off lane Marcy, and Mavis is going to be on the position 5 Dawnbreaker instead. I think Dawnbreaker, I like her as a support a little bit more than a core. I think that she's good at both. But I'm not, and Marcy does feel like she has been getting like changes to push her into a core role. So I like the TNC to recognize that, but holy hell is this. This is like, I'm not gonna say it's a pub draft but this is like when 5 random people go into a pub and they're like, I'm just gonna pick whatever I want. I want the Queen of Pain position 5. All right, I'm gonna take the position 4 Luna. So it is gonna be really interesting to see how they're gonna make it work. Obviously, they don't want to put a melee hero. I don't know, I was gonna say they're going against like when they're like, all right, FBZ is on the Primal Beast instead of Necrophos, which is just it's baffling. I have no idea who's gonna win because I don't think I've seen any draft like this. I'm going to bet on Boom just because I think they're a stronger team, but holy crap.
Yeah, also, guys, for anyone watching chat, because there is a 5-minute delay, okay, Tim's with the 2K Battle Pass there, but yeah, it is 1-0 to Boom. That's me, I messed up on the production side. I will fix it for the next match, next series. So yeah, we are with ourselves in-game.
Rob, the most important question is who reached first to 10 kills in game 1? Who was it? Was it Boom with their 32 kills or TNC with their 5 kills? Who reached 10? I just want to know. That's really the important thing that I care about right now.
Yeah, it's a bit disingenuous to say that TNC, that saying first to 10 kills, saying as TNC didn't even hit 10 kills. So, yeah, it was very Boom favored in that last game.
That's putting it lightly. Luna support. This is actually something that was kind of common at one point. We used to see the Luna support with the Vlads. You'd have just a ton of extra damage from the Lunar Blessing, from the Vladimir's Aura. You might go for like a Guardian Greaves as well, just so you can have like, you just play like an Aura bot with the Lunar Blessing, which is pretty good. So it has received a lot of nerfs. Back then, the Lucent Beam was a lot better because you had the talent that reduces its cooldown at level 10. It was, No, it was 400 cast range at level 10, which was insane. You get 400 cast range on Lucent Beam at level 10, then you get minus 3.5 seconds cooldown at level 15. So that was like, you just spam Lucent Beams like crazy, and that was how the hero was played. Now, I'm not quite sure if the hero is as good as position 4. Tim's obviously believes it is, though.
Yeah, and just, there was a little bit of skirmishing there. Oh, Grzic was able to get the bouncer in there as well in the river. And so looking at this, you're going to have heroes on the side of TNC. Shadow Fiend is one of the last heroes to have no mobility spells. He doesn't have some sort of jump that puts out shadow damage when he does it. But,
yeah.
So you are going to be looking, Marcy is hypermobile. You got the Dawnbreaker that's going to be able to close the gap. Slark's going to be able to close the gap. Pangolier, hypermobile there as well with the Rolling Thunder, as well as the Swashbuckle. So Yopaj, if he gets caught on this hero, he's going to have a very bad time. So do you think this is going to be, because he's already got some items queued up, but at what point do you think he goes to the BKB, or does he even go towards the BKB here, Yopaj, in this build?
I think you have to go BKB fairly early, honestly, because like you said, the mobility is insane. Like Marcy jumps on your ass. You got Pangolier, you have like even Hoodwink and like you mentioned the slide, but even Hoodwink's got some mobility on her. She walks through the trees and she can catch you off guard. So I think Yopaj, like he'd have to consider going for BKB. I've seen this guy go BKB first item before. I don't think that he's gonna skip it in this game. It's not a game that you really want to be able to skip it in.
Yeah, and it's, again, so what's the build? I mean, we've seen already that he's got the Razors coming out, so it's not going to be going for that right-click only build. So what items is it that Shadow Fiend actually wants to go for? Does he want to be going for like a Daedalus a little bit later on, a Silver Edge? Does he want that early Shadow Blade to be able to surprise coming through with the ultimate, the Requiem of Souls? And I'll not leave that up. Nobody needs to read that.
Sure, I'm not sure if he was going to go for some sort of like you said, the Shadow Blade, the old Yule's Blink Dagger build where he wants to sort of surprise people. I think he just wants to stay in front of everyone, just like be able to right-click for himself if he needs to. Primal Beast may not be enough to sustain your team, and if you go for these elusive items, when you're caught, you're dead. Yeah. So you might as well get the stat items that keep you alive.
Okay, well, bottom lane, Bork and Carlo are going to be taking a lot of damage here as well. Scam getting aggressive once again with that 96 right-click damage. You know, Bork, he's gone for the sidekick a little bit early on to keep himself as well as Carlo healthy. It looks like there is going to be a disposed back. Scam going to be taking a lot of damage. The Bushwhack comes out as well onto Scam. Scam, do they have enough to get the kill off onto this now as well? Nature's Grasp is going to be using Carlo's going to be slowed down. One more right-click. Is it going to be enough to Death Pulse? Anything? And it will be going towards Jack Boys. Jack Boys picks that up. And Scam, he was looking so dead there. But Jack Boys just moves in to help his teammate. Again, the Nature's Grasp comes out. He gets the leech sheet off as well to keep him alive. And all of a sudden, Bork has to run. And Carlo just gets left. And he is going to be the first blood of this game.
Yeah, Carlo was like, see ya, peace, man. I'm not going to join you in that situation. Might have been able to trade 1-for-1 that, and if Bork had stayed and fought, but Bork decided it wasn't worth his life, sacrifices Carlo instead. I mean, hey, you don't want your core to die, so he goes for what he considers a safe play. Nothing wrong with that. Meantime, though, Jack Boys, he is having a pretty good lane now. You know, that first blood, he's playing against the core Marcy as a Necrophos. Scam, is he going to be okay here? Oh, he's got 1 point everything.
It looks like Scam, I mean, again, he's trying to run himself with sidekick. Dispose comes out. Is he going to be able to do the damage? Yeah, Scam this time will go down, and it is going to be Carl that picks it up. Level 3, so 2 points into the Bushwhack, only 1 into the Nutshot. But it was enough. Again, especially when the Treant Protector wants to be in those trees. If you can get the Bushwhack off, you've got the easy control on that hero, and he's just not able to run himself away. Meanwhile, Jack Boys, he is sitting in the lane. How's he looking in terms of last 14? Last is Tim's on the top lane, though. Do they have the damage to take Asta down? It's going to be the death of Tim's, and Tim's goes down. FBZ, what's he going to be able to do? Asta, does he have one more right click? He does. He gets that kill, and Mavis has to back himself away. The salves on the deck. He picks those up. Mavis, so FBZ, he doesn't actually have the charge, so he's not going to be able to get that quick speed and the quick
he's going for
on top of it. But he's going to dive behind the tier 1 tower. Just stops that salve here from the Dawnbreaker. And Mavis not quick enough to get himself away healthy.
Yeah, he probably saw that. I was like, he's got Mango, he's got Celestial Hammer, he's going to be okay. Celestial Hammer, not as good as it used to be, but still enough movement, enough space to move out. And FBZ just harassing Asta, giving him a pretty tough time. And all of Boom Esports top 3 in terms of CS, particularly in the mid lane where Yopaj is 11. He's got almost as much denies as Krish has in terms of last hits. That is a tough situation for Krish. You kind of need this guy to snowball.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like Yopaj again with the razors coming through. Chris just can't get close. He's using the swashbuckle to farm, which means that Yopaj can just throw out top lane. I think he's going to get the kill to Mavis. Mavis is going to go down. FBZ picks up that kill. 2 points here into the trample. And on the bottom lane, can they chase down this Jackboy? Jackboy's going to try and get himself away. He does have that dash shroud if he needs it. Just trying to move himself back towards the tier 1 tower again. The Death Pulse as well, the Ghost Shroud. You know, he's going to have that healing combination here. The Tango comes through from Scam as well.
Yeah, I remember when you were talking about the Marcy as well as the slot combo. I was like, yeah, that sounds pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good stuff. They're like, no. TNC are like, no, we got our own combo with the Dawnbreaker. It's not working out right for them yet, but hopefully it comes online fairly soon for them because top lane is just it's a bit tough for them right now.
Yeah.
Although Asta, he's farming decently enough. You know, 1 death is not too bad. It's not terrible. It's just.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think that it would go as well as this favorite for FBZ.
And 25 last hits as well, 26 now. Like you say, it's not awful here for Asta. They've already got themselves 2 kills on the board as well, so it's not as bad as the last game. You know, they're not massively behind, less than 1,000 gold. So yeah, it's a better start for TNC than what they had last game.
Yeah, definitely. Like it's compared to game 1 where we were seeing something like a 3k advantage right now for Boom Esports. Boom Esports, they're not having the same running start as they did. There's still a few problems for TNC. Krish is going to be hitting level 6 quite late compared to when you want him to hit. I mean, Yopaj is already level 6 and Krish is just like a quarter of the way there as a problem. And, you know, this Necrophos core, we saw Matumba Man do it for Team Liquid, and it can be really scary if the team's not ready for it. And I don't think the TNC is ready for it. What do they really have that can deal with this Necrophos when he goes Shrouds?
Yeah, I mean, in the river though, are they going to be able to get the kill? Scam's going to be taking a lot of damage here. Critchy has to swashbuckle himself up to the high ground. He's got that Invis rune. Is there going to be any reveals on this? The razors, it isn't going to be enough for Critch. Going to be taking so much damage from this anyway. The right click's coming through and Critch has to get himself away. Swashbuckle in 1. Is there going to be enough? The right click connects, but Scam, he goes right into the path with the swashbuckle. Going to be able to use that shield crash for a little bit of a boost, but the Nature's Grasp comes out, slowing him down. One more razor isn't in range here. It wasn't on the mark, and Critch, he's just wasting so much time. In fact, he might just deny himself to a tier 3 swashbuckle. and Yopaj does get the credit for the kill. But while this is going on, at least Tims is in the mid lane here, soaking this XP, getting the levels on this hero. And yeah, Yopaj, it looks like he's going back to base anyway. He's just going to fill up the bottle, just heal himself back up and TP himself back to the lane. And okay, it wasted a lot of time, but there was a slight benefit that Tims got that solo XP, so I don't know how much of that Critch gained an advantage from that.
I don't think it really did, like, right? Because like your mid laner died to the enemy mid laner, right? Like the enemy he was still there, he got the experience. There's a lot of gold being spread around, and like I said, Tims was farming the mid lane, getting all that experience. So I don't think Krish can walk away from that thinking like, yeah, got him. You know, that's you know, Krish 1, Yopaj 0 in that situation. Now that's unfortunate move for TNC. And again, we are waiting just for this Krish to hit level 6 right now on the Pangolier, because that's just going to be, like, it's really important he gets there.
Yeah.
Mavis is level 5. That's a position 5 Dawnbreaker, by the way. And he's basically keeping up with their mid.
Yeah, you can see again the rotation. Tims, he's going to be level 4 as well. The rotations, Asta's just moving into the jungle here. FBZ has a free lane, so he's going to be able to get a decent amount of that. Level 6 here for him. Primal Beast, and it's just going to be straight BKB as well, it looks like. He's got that one finished up. Oh, on the bottom lane though, Marcy looks like he made a dive in. I think he'll be able to get the kill off this now as well. Jack Boys just moving himself away, but there's going to be a really nice Starbreaker coming through, and FBZ, he couldn't get the charge in time now as well. He's trying to do what he can with the trample, but it's not going to be enough damage, so he's just going to use the ultimate. And Mavis taking a lot of punishment, but it's going to be 3v1 FBZ. Like you say, he's going to be a really tanky boy. Can he get himself away from this? Is it going to be the diving from Bok? Bok going to be taking tower shots. Does he get himself away? FBZ will go down, and now the Nature's Grasp comes out. So Bok, he's used that sidekick. There's going to be the Uncharge coming through from Carlo. Do they have enough? They're going to be able to get the raise on the mark. He gets that kill, and Mavis just trying to run himself away from this in the trees, though. Carlo, he's trying to use the scurry to get himself out of this, but there's going to be another tree walker coming through here, and Skem, he says, you don't have the advantage here. He stops just short, and Carlo was able to get the TP out. He gets it to the top lane here, where Jack Boys TP'd up to this. Asta, does he want to try and go for the pounce? It's going to be the bushwhack, Lakeman into the trees. I don't think the pounce connected here, but Jack Boys, he uses that death pulse. Was that Ghost Shroud to get himself out? Is it going to be enough? The Reaper Scythe available too, so Asta, if he takes too many tower shots here, it might be enough to get the kill, but Jack Boys trying to keep himself alive with the Ghost Shroud, as well as that Death Pulse and Courage. He's going to be coming in with the Rolling Thunder into that shield crash. You get the kill onto Jack Boys here.
Yes, he's doing it.
5 for 5. So yeah, it's going to be TNC. They're pulling back this advantage now as well. The trample's coming through. FBZ, where's that charge? 2 seconds away. Carlo's going to be caught out. Do they have the damage to Bushwhack? Though Carlo, he might get himself away from this. Is it going to be enough damage? One more right click, and FBZ takes down the 3 killing spree there of Carlo.
That was just 2 deaths back to back on Jackie, sorry. He died bottom lane. TP's top dies again. And that is definitely not what we want to see. Even bottom lane, they were also able to get FBZ. So TNC, they're fine on the board. Krish still behind a little bit in terms of net worth, but he's also getting there. So that was really good. Like, this is exactly what TNC needs to do. I'm glad that Krish is able to hit level 6. He's at 30 seconds. He's going to have the second Rolling Thunder, so he can also join in the next fight. That's good. Like, this is what TNC needs to do. Bok was also getting online as well. There seems to be a little bit of miscommunication, though. Sometimes when Bok goes in, like Mavis and Carlo go out, then sometimes they go in, he's going out. So that's one of the things we see. Like, when they were trying to kill FBZ, they were going, like, the supports were going for it. Bok was like, no, I don't want to go for it. Then he just joins them after. So small things for TNC to sort of be like, oh, listen, let's, like, when we say go, we all go at the same time.
Yeah, Critch now is going to be able to pick himself up a haste ring. He's just using the last of the bottle charge. He's going to just immediately activate it. There's going to be TPs onto the bottom lane here. Can they get the kill onto Tims? Tims going to be taking a dispose. There is going to be a really nice solo guardian to come through as well, but Bok just needed to move himself away from this one as well. The charge comes through right onto Bok, Rolling Thunder. He's going to be able to connect onto the Ghost Shroud now as well. It interrupts the ultimate of the Primal Beast. So this is going to be, it looks like Marcy should be able to get himself away. Does Critch just leave here now as well? It looks like he wants to go back in. Jack Boy's going to be taking a lot of damage. Bushwhack comes out. Swashbuckle's going to be there now as well. Skem, he's going to be taking so much punishment from this. Ultimate not popped here from Yopaj. And it looks like, yeah, they're just going to get the 1 kill and back themselves away here, TNC. Really nice trade. They take down the tier 1 tower now as well. Marcy, Bok, you've got to be really careful about going back into 4 heroes.
Yeah, and by the way, the whole time Asta was free farming top. They forced so many rotations. He's going to have the Echo Saber up very soon. I like this new way that Slark's being played. Less of Shadow Blade, kind of try to find kills. Instead, you just go for the Echo Saber into more stats, So I like it a lot, and he'll be able to join his team for these early team fights. Boom Esports plan, not quite what they expected to go. Their lineup is slower than game 1, but Skem.
Yeah. Bog does get taken down there, but it means committing a Pulverize as well as an Overgrowth to get that kill. Which means they're going to be down. I mean, the Pulverize isn't super long. What's that actual? Is it 32 seconds? So yeah, not a massive cooldown on that, but it does mean that you've used, again, 2 ultimates there to get the kill onto the Bog, which might just free up TNC a little bit if you want to try and get aggressive.
Yeah, we'll see. They do have. Both teams have just traded their safe tower. We'll see if what TNC is going to go for that. I'm wondering if who is the onus on to sort of go around and try to end the game early. TNC's lineup late game seems okay, but I'd favor Boom quite a bit. You know, you do have the core, the Necrophos, the Shadow Fiend. Those seem pretty good. The FBZ on the Primal Beast looks very tanky. TNC on the other hand, Pangolier is okay late game, but Slark kind of falls off because he takes so long to do his damage. Like, you really need to be hitting the person, wailing on them for a few seconds before the damage really starts ramping up.
Yeah, and Tim's... Carlo's going to see this now as well, the Rolling Thunder. Oh, this might be bait. Carlo, can he get himself away from this? There wasn't an Eclipse used, but Carlo is not going to be fully punished from this. And now the Rolling Thunder's going to be coming through. Tim's going to get himself away. Shield Crash will be used, and it looks like the damage to chase down. There's going to be a really nice sharpshooter there as well, and Critch gets taken down. There's going to be the charge through now as well with the Pulverize onto Asta, but Asta is going to be taken away from the Solar Guardian. Comes in. FBZ will be punished now as well. The Requiem comes out. Do they have enough damage to take him down? Reaper Scythe is going to be used, and Mavis gets killed off. FBZ should be able to get himself away. Even Roshan wants to get a little bit involved.
It's like, what are you guys doing there? Something touched me. I love when Roshan shows up just to screw one team over. He's like, hey, you guys, some sort of freezing field or something touched me. I'm going to go and ruin everyone's life. A 1-for-1 trade, position 5 for position 4. Not a big deal. Like, neither team's going to be like, oh my god, but FBZ dying now, that could be a big deal.
Yeah, the Bushwhack's going to be used. He's going to stop the charge away from this now as well, and Asta's going to be able to get the pounce. Oh, look at this, the absolute ridiculousness, which is the Pulverize on a... Because he was getting pushed away by the Sharpshooter. It was the same on the Master on the bottom lane, because the two, from what I've been told, the two X-axis interactions just make that spell look completely ridiculous.
I love when Marcy was disposing the Primal Beast, and she's like this tiny girl. And he's this giant beast. She just throws him around like, all right, I guess that's how you suplex something like that.
Well, she does have the strength of the Sun God, so, you know, it's...
Ah, you're one of those people who watches the anime. All right, yeah, I watched it too. Let me to be honest. It was definitely an experience.
Oh, the deny onto the Invis rune now as well. Courage is going to be in trouble now. They're going to be able to charge down onto Tims. Tims takes so much. The Overgrowth comes out. They're catching onto Marcy. Starbreaker onto FBZ. FBZ, the Sharpshooter will connect now as well. Dispose is going to be used onto him, but he's going to be able to get that Pulverize off. Can they turn this around? Bork taking so much damage from the raise, and he needs to just get himself away. There is going to be a pounce away, but the Bushwhack once again onto the Primal Beast. There's going to be a really nice Celestial Hammer, but no follow-up, and FBZ again, really tanky. 2,000 health coming through, and the Urn Charge isn't even going to be enough to get that kill. He's going to survive. He's going to be taken right back up. Look at that regen from the hero. The Death Pulse to heal him up now as well.
Yeah, this is one thing I'm worried about for TNC is, will they be able to deal with Primal Beast later on, especially with the Treant armor. It was like 8 armor. 12 armor. Holy shit. 12 armor on against a lineup that deals mostly physical damage from the Slark as well as the Marcy. It feels like FBZ will be just not unkillable later on. He's not that stage yet. We have seen him fall a couple of times, but that's my big worry right now for TNC. How are you going to deal with FBZ? You want Skem? That's how you deal with him.
Yes, Skem, the Sharpshooter comes out. The Shield Crash was using Critch. He gets that kill. There's not going to be any return, no follow-up from that. A really nice smoke up onto the high ground. And Skem, he just doesn't have the mobility to get away from that. Just gets picked off.
I mean, he's a tree, you know? Trees are not that good with motion. Well, in the meantime, what's Mavis going to go for on the Dawnbreaker? Just going to go for that Wraith Pack. Gonna take quite some time before we see that Wraith Pack coming out, but it will be pretty good for them. If you look at Boom Esports, they don't exactly have fantastic Wraith Pack hitters. You know, they got a bunch of ranged heroes, but Necrophos, not exactly a fast hitter. Luna support as well. Luna, she is going to go for the Wraith Pact as well. We did talk about this build from, we used to see this from Luna, right? You go max, you max out the Lunar Blessing, you have the Vladimir's Aura, you get so much damage on towers, but the Booming Swords are not having the same sort of runaway success that they had in game 1. So it's going to take a lot more for it to be useful. Oh, Krish.
4 heroes, yeah. Krish, he's going to be trying to throw himself in, trying to get that double damage, but the Pulverize does come through. Ooh, really nice Solar Guardian there to try and keep him alive, but Yopaj, he has the double damage. He's going to be able to get 2 kills out of this, and it was just way too much. In fact, they're going to be able to go into the Roche pit here with this double damage rune, and just look at how quickly this hero, Roshan's going to fall. Just because of, you've got 4 points now into the Necromastery, so you're doing damage there. 2 points into the presence of the Dark Lord, so 5 armor reduction on the Roshan as well, or any heroes that are close by. The charge, they might even catch out Asta. Asta just has to use that Shadow Dance straight away.
Yeah, it is kind of weird to see Krish just sort of jump in there. I mean, the ward came a bit late. Oh, he's going for it!
Is he trying to get in? Does he get himself out of this? No! And Tims has to pick up the Aegis, just in a panic, but the Reaper Scythe comes out, and that was enough to get the kill there onto the Slark. No getting away from that.
I mean, I know it failed. Like, there's some people like, oh, it failed, it must be bad. But what he did was really impressive. Firstly, he disassembled the Echo Saber, built an Aghanim Scepter so he can jump from further away. He knew that they have vision. He jumped from far away. He went for it. It was a great play. Yeah, it failed, unfortunately, but it's all right. Here we go. They're going to go for Yopaj, BKB, ultis. And that's going to be pretty much the end of that fight.
Yeah, Yopaj just going to go for the TP, and it looks like there was nothing to cancel this. Tims, Aegis will be popped, and it looks like this position for Luna is going to get punished here. The follow-up comes through. Do they have the dispose? It looks like the damage on the Pulverize. They want to go and they want to save their teammate, and they're going to be able to get the kill onto at least the Dawnbreaker here now as well. Sharpshooter comes out in the river. The Rolling Thunder connect onto 2 as well. They might be able to get a good couple of kills onto this. Asta comes back alive just at the right time now as well. Can they get the kill onto the Necrophos? Again, the Rolling Thunder still goes, and it's going to be a really nice Dark Pack there as well. 3 kills going the way, and a double kill there for the Slark, and they might carry on going here now as well. There is going to be the pounce coming through from Asta Primal Beast, but again, he's going to try and use that trample, do the damage where he can. TP in, Scam's going to use that overgrowth, catches onto 3-4 heroes. Do they have the damage to take down at least the Hoodwink? And now Tims trying to get himself out of danger. The Diffusal Blade slowing him down, but Tims, he's only just going to survive, and FBZ, he wants to carry on going, he wants more. Where are those pounce charges are 1, but it's not going to connect. Solar Guardian now as well, a really nice dive in by the Master, but the Master's going to be taking damage coming through from the Lucent Beam. It looks like they might finally give up the kill of FBZ. He tries to use the Pulverize, but it's not going to be enough to keep him alive with 4 heroes stacking around him. TNC do get the kill.
The mobility coming out from TNC is proving to be a big problem. No, we talked about how like it's good for chasing, but you look at Boom Esports, if you can get overgrowth, that's great. And if FBZ jumps in and catches people, that's also pretty good, but you're not really gonna have problems really locking people down because they're so damn mobile. You know, it's like Aghanim Scepter, the double pounce is insane. Then you have Marcy Rebound. Not only is she jumping, but she gives someone insane movement speed. Dawnbreaker, Pangolier are also very highly mobile, even global on the Dawnbreaker. So they are having problems with Boom Esports. They can outfight them if they were like sort of, you know, stuck in an arena where they have to like deathmatch. But TNC doesn't have to do that. They can just dance circles around Boom Esports until they want to go into the fight.
Yeah, and you were looking how, I don't want to say bad, because I mean, okay, they weren't great in that last match, but TNC just absolutely turning it on in the second game.
Yes. No, we can say they were played bad. Like, we can say that. That's not so bad. You know, they had a bad game. It happens, you know?
Yeah. I don't want to take away anything from how well Boom played in that last game. You know, I don't think it was down to TNC underperforming. You know, I think Boom were just in that last game. They were just a level above, and TNC in the second game, you know, they just rose to meet them.
Yeah, definitely in the zone in that previous game. Oh, what a nice ward by Scam, barely out of range of the sentry, and here we go.
Yeah, the rebound comes in, disposed. Do they want to try and use this? They're going to be able to get themselves a Necrophos once again, and Jaguars just goes down, and the chase onto Scam now as well. Sharpshooter will miss. Pounce going to be off the mark now as well, but the second Pounce, it will connect, and this should be the death of the train. He is going to be felled. Do they want to go even further?
Check out Slark. He went for the Mage Slayer. You're up against a lot of magic damage coming out from that Reaper's side. From the Shadow Rays, all from the Shadow Fiend. So he wants to make sure, alright, let's just reduce that damage. Gives you magic resistance and reduces the damage that they deal. And also pretty solid attack speed. I like the combo of the Marcy and the Slark for the extra sidekick damage. We talked about, like, yeah, Slark's damage late game is not amazing. You gotta get hits, but 65 damage from sidekick really adds to that.
Yeah, and it was maxed. I'm not sure if it was match first. It was a match.
No, it was first.
Yeah, so you can see that Bok, he wants to use the aggressiveness. You know, the fact that the dispose, it was only on level 1. So it's not, again, now that the stun's being taken off and it's only a movement slow, it's not the priority to level up, whereas before, you used to see, again, Marty's, they just ignore the sidekick, they go for 4-4-0-1 in the build, but now the sidekick, like you say, when you can put the impact out with the Slark as well, it's a really nice spell to have, and in fact, FBZ, does he want to try and get aggressive faster, just moves himself away with the pounce, has one more, but, ooh, I think he's going to get on top, they are going to get on top of the Primal Beast, and again, the sidekick, like you say, comes out, BKB is going to use the Solar Guard, he's going to be coming through as well, but Bok just gets the damage, he uses the Unleash, and just cleans up the Primal Beast.
Dude, Bok is on. Like, he is really turning down after. People were making fun. They were saying, "Oh, have you seen the black hole?" Well, you don't need to this game. He is definitely. He's doing an insane job in this game. You're going to go for the Basher as well, which will basically proc every time you do one of your Unleash combos. And just it's TNC. This high mobility draft really working out for them right now. Boom Esports. I think they were expecting a slower game because. You got the Necrophos, kind of low mobility. You got the Shadow Fiend, same thing. Shadow Fiend actually, he's in trouble.
Yeah, the Bushwhack comes out. The Rolling Thunder was huge. Shield crashes as well. Pops that BKB was the follow-up damage going to come through. Does he want to try and use his ultimate here as well? Critch going to be taking a lot of damage. He just gets the swashbuckle down to the low ground, so he is going to be away from that. And Mavis, again, he'd already used that Solar Guardian in the last fight to pick off FBZ, so wasn't able to get down here in time to follow up, to get that stun. I think if there was a Solar Guardian up, I think Yopaj is just straight dead there.
Yeah, for sure. In the meantime, I'm looking at they got BKBs now. FBZ. Oh, here we go.
FBZ not ready though. FBZ, yeah, the Nature's Grasp comes in. They're going to be able to get a big dive onto the Shadow Fiend now as well for that stun, locking him down so he can't get involved in that fight. And Bok Aster the combo once again to get the kill, and FBZ's being punished just for showing on the map.
Yeah, he used the first the BKB to teleport top, still died to Bok. Then without it being all off cooldown, it just dies like 2 seconds with it already. So very tough situation if you're FBZ right now. His net worth keeps growing. He's barely ahead of Carlo on the Hoodwink. So I was thinking like FBZ is going to be sort of the tip of the spear. You armor him up, he goes in with BKB. You can't deal with him, but he's behind on levels. He's up against Basher. There's a good amount of heal coming out from TNC now, thanks to the sidekick and the Solar Guardian, so they can sort of sustain these fights. And suddenly FBZ, he's not the threat that I expected him to be.
Yeah, and you can see that Bok's going straight for the Nullify. Nullify deals with Ghost Shroud, right? Yeah.
Yes, it's spellable, yeah.
So yeah, if you can get on top of the Necrophos there with the Marcy, with the Nullify, you purge off that Ghost Shroud and you've got a full Unleash combo to come out. There's not really going to be a lot the Necrophos can do against that.
It also removes living armor, which is a small, less of an important thing, but it does help, because it's like when you get Ghost Shroud, you get all that bonus heal from the living armor.
Yeah.
And BZ, they're looking at Bok. They're like, do we want to kill Bok? Yopaj did go for the Shadow Blade in the end, by the way. He went for the BKB first with the Dragon Lance for some stats and to get his ultimate off. Now he's got the Shadow Blade, so we might see him get on top of someone, land his ultimate. And it feels like Boom Esports kind of needs to do that. Like, they have to get that happen. Smoke's going to break from TNC.
Yeah, the smoke's going to break was that reveal. They do have a 70 down now as well, so he's going to go for his ultimate straight away here. Yopaj gets locked down in the Bushwhack. Do they have the damage with the Unleash coming through? The Overgrowth's going to be used here, and Yopaj is going to try and get that TP away. Meanwhile, on the backlines, Carlo will be taken down, so it's going to be the TP away here from Yopaj, and it looks like it's just going to be Scam. FBZ, can he get himself away from this? The Rolling Thunder connects with the Shield Crash. They get the stun. Sidekick going to be used. The Basher coming through again. The Unleash was still ticking, and that's still going to be a really nice trade. You lose one, but you take down two, and TNC 21-14. They're running this game.
They are. Like it's. I mean, when we saw the draft, we were like, okay, this is kind of a crazy draft. Could go any way, but TNC, this very high-speed draft, working well. Boom Esports, they slowed down, and it is not paying off for them. It is a tough draft to execute. Position for Luda is something that sort of the whole team has to be built around. They are trying to go for this tower push with him and the Shadow Fiend on Yopaj, but it's not working out. Jackboy is also like he had a decent impact the laning stage, but after that. He's not really doing much. He's only got one Reaper Scythe, and it's a level 1 kill as well.
Yeah.
So all in all, TNC just looking really strong right now.
And you've got to look at the net worth difference between the two heroes. I know it's an 11k net worth lead, but what's that? It's nearly 5k of that is between the two position ones. And Aster, even though he got taken down a couple of times in the lane, it wasn't the easiest lane stage to start with. He's made a full recovery, TNC, or they're going to put pressure onto Yopaj once again. Yopaj, does he have to use the BKB for this? In fact, it's on cooldown, he can't. And now the Unleashed Tims, is he going to be able to get himself away? No, the damage, it's going to be way too much. And Bok, Carlo, they combine for another couple of kills here. And this is, again, the Bushwhack to start off with, into the Dispose, into the, the jump in, the damage, the amount of damage they're putting out is just way too much for anyone to survive.
And Jackie died as well, by the way, during the whole time. Like 2 cores and Tibbs lost their life in that situation. Look at the farm. Look at the farm on Mavis on the Dawnbreaker. She's got Wraith back. I say she. He's got Wraith back. It is, and it's not like they have a Pudge or an Enigma Black Hole or some sort of hero where you're like, oh, okay, if we land this ability, we can win a fight. You know, an RP. For Boom Esports, they don't really have that. You know, they don't really have a big one spell that can change the game, like sort of like Winter's Curse from Winter Wyvern.
Yeah. And
you have to find some way to get TNC to overextend. TNC has to make a mistake for Boom Esports to win, basically.
Yeah, so Boom, they are going to be smoking up, looking for a rotation out. But you can see that TNC, they just have this high ground. They have the wards down now as well. Smoke's going to break, so if you try and come up with the Shadow Blade on your Page, you're still going to be caught out. You're still going to be killed off.
And he walks like next to the sentry. They spot him. They know. Smoke. Oh, sorry. He was smoked up. My bad. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought he was just using the Shadow Blade.
Oh, the bushwhack onto 2. Really nice swashbuckler there as well. Was that follow-up? Rolling through the backlines. FBZ's going to go in, but it looks like Critch, he just wants to carry on going. So they are going to be able to... No, FBZ with BKB. Chases on. Asta gets the kill onto Scam. Now he's going to follow up that onto FBZ. And the chase is on now. 2 heroes dead on the side of Boom. Where are they going to be going? Just straight back into the Roche pit. And this is going to be... So, who's got the shard? Pangoli already has his shard. Marcy, no shard. Slark, no shard. Mavis, no shard. Do you think you give this over to the Slark? Because, I mean, having that depth shard is just a really nice skill to have in these team fights.
Yeah, it's pretty much the best one, right? Like, there's no... Like, it could save anyone else. I think there's no way they're not going to give it to him. Of course, he's going to take it. Plus, he's a carry. You know how greedy these bastards are. Like, it's mine! Everything mine! Like, Golo was like, alright, relax, dude. It's all yours. They might need to consider split pushing on Boom Esports side. Like I said they could take a head-on fight with they're like 2k behind. At this point, that's a dream. You know, you're not gonna be able to take a head fight. You might need the Treant Protector to push lanes with like the Nature's Grab. It's only level 2 without the cooldown talent, but it's what you gotta do, right? Someone's gonna have to split out the push out the lanes. You do have the living armor maxed out. It does have the talent, so you can keep towers alive a little bit. Boom Esports are in a tough spot, and I think the only way they can do this is split push. You can't fight the 5v5 basically.
Yeah, and
unfortunately for them, they are up against a Dawnbreaker support, which means that she can fix a lane, and if she dies, she doesn't actually give a damn. You know, she can buy back and use her ultimate if she really needs to, and if she doesn't, no one like kills her, then it doesn't matter. You just have the Solar Guardian all the time.
Yeah, I think they have vision over Mavis here, so there's going to be a smoke rotation. They are looking for this pick, like you say, though. Mavis, does he have the buyback? They're going to be able to get the dive on there. There's going to be the Lucent Beam coming through now as well. The Reaper Scythe, easy kill, quick kill there.
Get out.
But they do need to get themselves away. This actually might leave Scam in a little bit of trouble. There is going to be the dive in here from Asta as well as Bok, and they just clean up the support. There's going to be support for support. And like you say, the buybacks there from the Dawnbreaker and just easy Solar Guardian in it if a fight breaks out.
Yeah, I'm really unfortunate that Scam dies. I mean... weird to see him in that position. You know, you don't really need to be there because you could just sort of living armor from anywhere. I understand he probably wanted to use the Nature's Grab, but that was very risky for him. He is sort of... You need the guy to stay alive to keep the towers alive, basically. So that was a little bit of a greedy play to think, I'm just going to get the Nature's Grab, slow them down a bit more. Him just pushing out the top lane, I like that. Even if he dies, it doesn't really matter. You know, it's just you just want them to not stick his 5 from TNC. So Boom Esports, they're adapting well, you know. They're still insanely far behind, though, so they might need to adapt a lot sooner than this.
Yeah, and you can see the Luna trying to do the best here attempts to split push this one out, but again, it can just be matched over the bottom lane. They're going to try and make a dive here. Did they have to? There's going to be the Solar Gunner coming now as well. It looks like they're going to be able to get the counter Jackboy, and Jackboy's just going to be straight taken down. BKBs have been used on Marcy. Going to get himself away. Overgrowth into the Pulverizer. Sharpshooter! It goes through the BKB to FBZ, and it takes down Yopaj, and now they're going to be able to claim onto FBZ, and FBZ doesn't have that BKB anymore. 3 heroes down, all 3 cores, like you say. And Asta, he wants to go further. Lucent Beam comes out, but Asta, he's taunting, he's dropping items, he's just teasing as this is going to be a tier 3 tower being aggressed on here from the side of TNC.
They have buybacks on both FBZ as well as Yopaj. We'll see if they want to use it though. Jackboys is going to be up in 26. They might just say like, alright, we'll give this one. They go for the mid lane, then we'll, let's just give this one. What can we do? It was nice work by Scam to slow it down just a little bit with the Nature's Armor, but nah, it's definitely going to fall here. Oh, wait, maybe I spoke too soon.
Yeah, fortification's been used. Asta's just showing off. Just using those pounce charges to say, well, I'm here, come and get me. What are you going to do about it? As there is going to be at least a melee racks. The range racks might go down to the creep. Swashbuckle comes through there as well. So yeah, Tims might be able to clean this up with the bouncing glaives, but they're just going to switch their attention to the tier 3 tower in the mid lane here, TNC. And again, it's up to Boom to stop this.
Yep, and they want. I mean, they've been trying to split push top. It's had moderate success, but now you have to always worry that bot lane is going to be pushing in, so someone's going to be fixing it. And TNC, they only have to push 2 lanes now. You can have the Dawnbreaker top, everyone else in the mid lane. They're not too far apart as well. Those 2 lanes, so it's like, it's easy for us. Asta's just having a fantastic game right now in game 2. Now, game 1, not the best. Him and Bach, really, what a redemption arc, Game 1, those 2 really, they didn't have the performance you'd like from year 1 and the 3. But here, Bach is what? He is 6-3, Asta's 10-2. Just fantastic gameplay from them. I love the high mobility from their draft. Smoke on smoke action, though.
Yeah. Even Carlos, speaking about redemptions, even Carlos 7-4-12 in this game. But there is going to be a straight connection coming through, or they're going to be able to get the pulverize onto him. But he got that top back off. He's going to be able to get the pounce through onto the Luna now as well. The damage coming through with the Solo Guardian might catch out 3 heroes. It will catch out 3 heroes. They've got a Rolling Thunder. It's just going to be bouncing across everybody. Jackboy's dead. No buyback. Force staff up into the high ground now as well, but the Swashbuckle will follow. He gets the bash off in Yopaj. He's trying to use his ultimate, but it's going to be the death ulti going. And now the tower is in trouble. GG's just going to be called. It is going to be the series tied at 1-1.
And since this is a best of 2, that's just going to be how it is. They're not going to do it for game 3, unfortunately, to see which team is going to be taking the whole series. We're just going to leave it at a nice cliffhanger here. Maybe these 2 teams will meet again in the playoffs. But TNC, I'm more honestly, I'm more impressed with them than Boom. Like Boom is sort of the better team based on the DPS and everything. They were expected to take the series, and TNC game 2, after an absolute beating in game 1, they really showed off with this high mobility draft. I love it. Bach was really good. Same thing with Asta. Even Carlo, he was landing a bunch of bushwhacks. Krish had a tough lane stage. Still didn't matter. Like, he got his Rolling Thunder and made space. Boom Esports, a bit of an interesting draft. I like that they're experimenting with something new, but it was a bit all over the place. Like, I think the Necrophos doesn't kind of fit with the draft that they have. They need some sort of physical hitter to work with the Shadow Fiend and the Luna. And Necrophos, I think, was bit of an odd pick in that situation.
Yeah, like I say, it was just a bit of like the musical lanes that came out, the musical heroes that came out. It wasn't where I was expecting those heroes to go, so it was a surprise when those heroes were picked up in that order. I was seeing something completely different in my head. But yeah, no, like you say, it was again, not to take away anything from Boom in that first game, but TNC didn't look great. But in that second game, they came back. They just impressed. They impressed me. They impressed probably everybody watching as well, because it was a great match to watch. A great comeback story from TNC there, just to show why they are competing in this event. So that is going to be again our first series, but we're going to be taking a quick break, guys. Probably 15-20 minutes, wait for this second series to start. It is going to be Little Gun versus Neon Esports. So again, you've got 20 minutes, go get yourself something to eat, go get something to drink, nib the loo, come back, and we'll be back with the second series of the day to see if we're going to have a winner there, or is it going to be another 1-1? Because I know yesterday, if I take a look at how that played out,
it was all 1-1.
It was all 1-1s, yeah. So we could be in for a little bit of a repeat here, which is funny enough, the first day it was all 2-0s. Then 1-1s, so we might be like 1-1s today and then 2-0s tomorrow. It's, maybe a pattern's forming. But yeah, we are going to be taking a break, so I'll see you guys in about 15 minutes for the next series of the day.